Here we go. Welcome, everyone. Hi. Ah, I'm ready for whatever. Why are these all the way down here? There is no reason that that should have been all the way down there. Right. Going to fix this up. There. That's all fixed up. I don't know why that was like that. Strange. What do I want to work on? I actually don't know what I want to work on. I kind of want to figure out more things for this. I think it'd be funny. Hmm. I guess I could work on these. Hmm. Dev Frog away. This is where I really wish I had some music for the background or something. What in specific I can work on? I- There's some stuff I can do with this. I remember saying I was going to work on this stuff, and I never did because I got tied into other ones. Hmm. Told about that one. I have no idea what I want to do with this. Ah, I did it for fun. Just be funny, and I got nothing currently. Because I need to complete one before I complete those other ones. That's where an issue presents itself to me. Oh. Hmm. Hmm. Beeve. Let me figure out what I'm doing. Changing. I forgot about Frogger. Oh, there's so many kits I forget. I've made so many of them. I forget so much. Okay, this was actually. Hmm. Man, that GIF I sent to Star was right. I sent a GIF of a slow, fat dragon flying. That is how my brain is going right now. I never fixed that. Thought I would have. And that makes me realize I need to fix the bottom. No, 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 no. Where's my revert? Undo. I wasn't trying to drag it. What I wanted to do was check its size. Because I know some of them won't be the same size as the others. Because I try to keep... Hi, Draco. I try to keep the names at least 2 sizes bigger than the kits to make it easier to identify. Which helps me a lot. I don't know why that... Why does that not look lined up? Why does that not look lined up? That bugs me. That bugs me a lot. You know, that's probably the way my screen is. That is most likely the way my screen is. I'm going crazy. This kit is not getting done anytime soon, and I honestly do not expect it to get done. This character was so vague in a story with their power set that I have no idea what the character has a connection to this one. Oh yeah, the Angel. Widow's fine. That was an easy one to get. Like, her power set was about creating basically threads out of magic in the air, which is such an easy thing to play around with in concepts because there's so much you can do with that idea. Widow is so easy for that. Angel, it's just her name. She's not an angel. Her power set was weird. She summoned a blue Naginata. She had healing magic, and that's about all that was in that story for her in combat. Kind of a basic fire kit is what happened here with... No, just named Angel. There is a character in this list that is an angel, though. Leo is an angel. And I couldn't actually put his loved one in the game because her power is weird. So, technically, Star made that character, and he will be revising the character in the future. So, Phoenix, which is based off Phoenix, just the overall idea of, like, character with wings and fire. Phoenix will not be joining anything until this one gets done. Even though I really like this kid. Nah, so they were separate powers, sadly. That does give me kind of an idea for Succubus, though. Like every strike, they basically steal a portion of the life force of the damage they deal to heal themselves. That actually is pretty cool. Oh my gosh. These are the ones I need to change. I need to change these ones' sizes. Because these were just made today. I said I had kits to work on. So I got back to me on this one, but now I need kind of a bigger. Mitigation, yeah. I think I've already used that. I think. If I haven't, then it's familiar. Nah, I'm sorry. That's not the plan. Actually, I could technically put that as an ability. But a holy hand grenade only affects demons, so I guess it'd be kind of pointless. Huh. Now that I think about it, is this the only demon in this list? This character has a certain gimmick that I have to abide by. Sadly enough. Well, actually not sadly enough. I really want to do. That reminds me, there's one more I have to add. If I spell it correctly. That's not the right thing. I copied and pasted something for someone earlier. Do this. Do this. Copy. And that works out because it will be a physical character. I actually do have a character who uses a needle in a way. Kit number 6? 7. I was one off. Yeah, pins and needles. There's so much put into this. Gotta make sure to... Some of these I need to revisit. Not to change the kits. But the characters have flexibility, because you can see, good examples, like, you see the Frost Mage, and then you see the Frost Enchanter. It's because she has flexibility that can go towards those, so I can make multiple kits towards it. Is this 16? It is. That is 18, okay. Her name's so short. I'm just using notes. That's it. If I try to scroll over this, it gets annoying. Yep, this is my notes. Funny enough, if I click the top bar, you can't see everything that appears here. What the heck? Ew, no. I was wondering what that was. This AI co-pilot. Like, they're saying unlock features. Yeah, no, I think I'm good. I'm good. Couldn't convince me if... even if I was desperate for that. You also can't see when I open up the tab to change out. This is just notes in full screen. Like, I put it in full screen. And there are a total of, like, 80 kits in here that are actually completed. Which is kind of insane. No, I don't use Notepad. I've never used Notepad. Hi, Petro. 3 years later when I get an answer back. Plus, I could change the background color. I can't remember how to do it, though. Like, I always forget. I do it once, and then I forget. Set. Format painter, insert tag. Found the table. I've made a table before, and it's much harder than it looks. Mostly because you can't infinitely expand it. Take a drink. Yeah, that's good. When you work on something like a sequel or a prequel, you end up figuring out certain things, certain elements that may stick out. It helps you kind of plan a bit more. That's kind of how most of this comes together for me. I don't use docs normally. Actually do need to check something. Nope. He's not gotten into the notes yet. We be sad. I think I'm just gonna Oh, I'm going to kind of outline the idea I have for the passive, at least. I don't think I'm gonna name it. I think I'm just gonna name out the two ideas. So I'm just gonna say like passive one, passive two, kind of outline. Boop. The only other way I could think of this going is like, hmm. I don't really have anything. Everything I make is basically on the fly. Actually reminds me. I had to change my earbuds to awareness mode. Actually makes me think, I don't need to change anything there. Okay. I'll check on that. I'm going to send these to said person. Hmm. I guess with this, I need to outline ammo types. I didn't even think about that. Oh, this is gonna be a list. Uh, how is the poison mechanic working in this? Where's my search bar? Yeah, where was my search bar? Where does my search bar go when I'm like this? There it is. Did I set up something for that? Hmm. My glossary would answer this. And I did not. Okay, so it's open-ended. I think the best is just to make a anti-heal tick damage, I think. Making it more dangerous to go in on those characters, but also more worth to target them. Hmm. Matt. I I legitimately am only good on the spot type of stuff. I will admit that wholeheartedly. I'm much better at being spontaneous than I am. Is there anything else I had in here? I guess poison, which I still don't know how I want to go on this. Do I want to make it an anti-heal, or do I just want it to be like a tick damage slow? Hmm. Anti-heal's probably safer. It's only on two characters, and if I put it on some items, it'll be better than... Yeah, yeah. Like, putting anti-heal on tank items is nice, but if I put poison on certain items, they get anti-heal and some tick damage. Yeah. Hmm. Turn anti-heal slow, poison. I have knockup. How am I missing, like, the big ones? There's something wrong with me. Hmm. I'm gonna say sends better. Send sounds better instead of using one of the words that's in there. I'll be right back. I just have to go to the bathroom real quick. Do, 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 do. I'll be right back. I go bathroom. Then I just need a quick little time. I'm back. Oh, Draco has amazing ideas. I feel like I'm missing something. I see silence in here, I see disarm. I'll have to put them all together at some point. Specifically with these. Oh boy. It'll be worth it in the end. It'll be worth it in the end. I have insanity. I will probably go through this at some point. Like, actually get every single CC type that I have in here. Oh, roots. I might change roots to binds. Binds might be better. But they make less sense because you'd still be able to walk around. Yeah, roots would just be best left alone. Hmm. I think I will put poison in here. Actually, no. I'm gonna put decay and just make it. This. One more I want. Hmm. Hmm. Knockback arrows would absolutely be horrendous. I'm not doing that. Silence would be interesting. Hmm. And in certain situations, really good. Ooh. Maybe too good. I don't want to overhaul a kit to have basically everything it can to save itself. Like, this seems like it would be good. But I really want to add another one, but not give it some overpowered one where it mixes in with those ones very well. Disarm would be a bit strong. Actually, between disarm and silence, I think disarm's actually the weaker of the two. Because not every character on anything wants to be silenced. Your abilities are incredibly crucial. But to be disarmed, not every character wants to use their autos. So disarm kind of falls away and is only used in opportunities and fights against those who use their autos. And it would just buy time to get out. So it's situational. Alright, I've found the one I want. What do I even call it, though? Like, you got the Bolt of Fire, the Bolt of Decay, the Bolt of Lightning. Hmm. Oh. Hmm. Hmm. Gosh dang it. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna call it a disarming bolt. I can't think of anything else. And it's crossbow, so it's always gonna be a bolt, or the other word for it is a quarrel. Which was interesting to learn earlier. Firebolt, decay bolt, lightning. It's gonna be called a lightning bolt. Oh. I'm going to do a very, very, very simple. It's a very simple ability for this one, but it's just going to be shooting a projectile that pierces. I didn't spell that right. And can trigger bolt effects. This is kind of the thing, is I want at least one ability that does it. And this looks like it should be done. Escape move. Clear move. Basically free other than these two, and I kind of have an idea of what I want to do with Thor. I think 2's the only one I don't have a proper plan for. And I'm not going to make it a trap, because I already did that with this one. What do I want to do? I think it has to be another damaging ability. No, I want to call it something else. Not dangerous, but experimental, I guess. Something in that range. Hmm. And I had the word in my head before. Now I don't know it. I guess developmental is the best way to... Temperamental would fit too. Basically, the idea of it is that it has all of them in one, and it's very dangerous. So, hmm. I think, what do I want to do here? Do I want to keep that? Do I want to change it to something that would fit it more? I think developmental would probably be the... Let's make sure that spelled right. Still don't know what I want for ability 2. Hmm. Hmm. No idea. I really don't feel like I'm gonna get anywhere with this. Yeah, no. Get 2 purples for a set amount of time. So this is just going to change based off which one of these gets picked, honestly. I have Star what he'd want. I just need to figure out, well, I need Star to answer me, like, which one would be, would feel better for a player who would enjoy this. I'm pretty sure the first one's going to be the one that people enjoy more, because you can control it a lot better, while this is just, oh, you fire one, and then you have to use an ability, and now you're kind of at a hindrance, because if you use the wrong ability, you've just put yourself at a disadvantage through the entire thing for that entire cooldown. Which sometimes, like, when you have movement abilities like this, can be up to 15 to 16 seconds, and you do not have that time in a fight in a MOBA. A MOBA can be decided in an early game fight within 10 to 20 seconds, and later on can be decided within, it can be decided in 5 seconds with how much burst is normally in the game. There are ways to counter burst, but that's why you always save your movement ability, because it's a way to counter burst. So I have to figure out what I'm gonna do here. I technically could make it a tactical reload to change without needing to fire, but that would put this kit with a really bad design, since it can't gain attack speed. Yeah, that wouldn't be good. If it could gain attack speed, then the tactical reload would actually be a good idea, as it could both have damage and have attack speed, which would, but attack speed just would not fit with this reload mechanic, and really anyway. Hmm. Off. This was a crossbow, so it's not a hand crossbow, it's just a crossbow. Hmm. Man, it's difficult to think in hand because you've got the bolt types. And it doesn't need to trigger the bolt effects. That's just something special I wanted to put with ability 1 to help clearing, because having like lightning with this ability would help clear, or even just hitting fire on everyone. It's good poke, it's good clear for an early game, and later it's a really good poke tool into an enemy team. And then decay's even greater for a team fight in the end game. Disarming depends on the team comp. And that's why I liked putting the disarming instead of a silence, because if I did a silence, that's disorienting to 80% of kits in a MOBA. Skills are heavy, so any kind of silence, especially one that has a really big effectiveness, is dangerous. Do we have a Metapod like here? I could just spam with the. No, I can't do anything like that. Not for a MOBA anyway. I don't think I can really do that with a roguelike either, because that's item interval. Can't do that for a 3D fight. Yeah, I can't really do that with these types of games. Because I'm not doing a creature collector. I thought about a creature collector, but to do a creature collector, I'd have to do a lot more work than what I'm doing now, especially with figuring out moves. And it'd probably be more towards Monster Crown, honestly. Yeah, this is for a MOBA. I do have the roguelike in that too I can work on. I just have stuff to work on here. Ah, turn. I don't know. What are the... We're gonna investigate my possible future genres. That... Well, right on top. Also, hero collectors in there. I was told if I made a gacha, I'd probably be that one person to just hand out rewards to players. And I will not lie. That would probably happen. I won't even lie. I am way too nice. Oh, there's what I was typing yesterday during stream. The pet system, which I do plan to put this into the MOBA too. They're just going to be like cosmetic things, but I feel like they'd be fun. Just to have following you or something. They won't have any significant stats or anything like that, just fun. Hmm. What can I do? What can I do? I just realized if I do it, so many abilities to think about, and like how I want it to work. It's even. Now I've got that thought process going through my head. Which doesn't hurt at all. Hmm. What can I? Man, traps, crossbow. Got a tip system. Crossbows are not fast at firing, so this actually worked out really well. Reloading them can be a bit of a pain. When you get good at it, you can do it pretty quickly. Not as quick as other ranged weaponry, but hmm. I'm trying to avoid stuff I know from other MOBAs. Like if I know something from another MOBA, I can't just I just can't copy it. Like I can't directly copy it. There are functions I can copy, but I have to change them up to make it unique and differentiated from the original. I have to figure this out. What is something I can put? Man, it'd actually be easier for me to figure out a vampire hunter. Like, I've got 5 abilities in my head right now for a vampire hunter. Hmm. What's normally in a, like, witch hunter kit? Oh boy. I see a Path of Exile 2. Maybe this can help, like, flow some ideas. This is not giving me any ideas. Yeah, that did not give me any ideas. I don't want to add any more CC onto the kit, so that's not gonna happen. I'm not gonna add a Rue or a Silence or anything like that. I don't think that's going to happen. I think this is just gonna be another damaging ability. So the question is, what kind of damaging ability is it gonna be? If I had a knockback, alright, Petro. Wide shot? That might work. That one might actually be the best idea. But what would it entirely do? Is it just a shot with a cleave? Which would just do damage around it? When it impacts, or... So, the idea of cleaves is difficult. I have it up here in the glossary. I passed the glossary, didn't I? Cleave. Damage that comes from basics. Mostly melee. There are actually ranged attacks in some games that do cleaves, where damage affect an area where you hit or aim. So basically, imagine a projectile hits something, and you have an AoE around. That's the cleave. And it normally is, like, decreased damage. But it's not a bad one. Yeah. I honestly think you're right, Draco. I think that's the best thing I can do. I don't see anything else I can do. I'm gonna have it. It's right here. Jeez, it looks massive. And I think it's just gonna be called Wide Shot. I feel like that's just... So how do we want this to be? Do we want this to be a single shot? Or do we want this to be like, you get it for this amount of time. It triggers effects. Oh, this actually... Yeah, that's actually good to have a cleave on that. Because then it's going to be able to trigger stuff like decay and fire. And lightning, I'm still just going to have it trigger off one person, because triggering off multiple... Triggering off multiple, having 3 of them, per se, travel between 3 people would be absolutely... It would be so bad. Can't really do that, because MOBAs are time-based. They're not, Yeah, that... Well, they're not time-based, but they're, objective-based. I actually have... Go to... I have this map, just to show. This is from Smite. MOBAs just, like, have lanes, the jungle areas. The ADC is normally in a lane, which I actually think I went to the right lane when I was talking about ADCs. Where you'll be with a support for a decent amount of time. A good support will roam off at a time, and you'll be alone 1v1ing unless someone comes over to assist. So Draco, so this would be an ability that does not have a cooldown, but has a limited amount. So you have to shoot them all off before your cooldown comes out. Is that the idea? Say we get 5 shots, for example, not like an actual set. We have to use up all those 5 shots before we get her. That is actually good, and you can use that against your opponent because they're gonna have to fire those all off before. That's some counterplay you can do. That's nice. That is nice. Wow. I hit M instead of N. Well, I now have the Witch Hunter. Whether it gets either of these, which I think Star's probably going to go with the first one. The second one seems like it'd be very restrictive. Like, too restrictive. Because having the... Yeah, because if you have to use a ability each time, you're going to have to reload each time, putting a real detriment on what you're doing during the fights. But this is probably the worst one. If it was an ability-based character for the most part. Because it's more of an auto with power. Like a power-based auto character. It's gonna hit hard, but it's wanting to do on-hit effects. Which normally come from auto-attacking items. Which is actually why I put this detriment on there, is unable to gain attack speed, but gains power based off the attack speed, is because it's a trade-off. Can't gain any attack speed outside of leveling. So you need a trade-off to balance that out so the character's not unplayable. I've experienced the unplayability of, like, on-hit effects only are effective for 33%. It's not fun when they're an auto-attack character and their efficiency with some of the best items for their character is at 33% efficiency. For example, like, okay, let's say that 200... Let's say that this lightning did 200 damage. So, lightning equals 200. And you only get 33% of it. I wouldn't want to do that. For a MOBA, that's difficult. Because choosing specific abilities over an overall kit doesn't feel as good. Like, this is definitely good. But here's the thing. You can do this just by having this. Oh no, it's not a balancing concern. It's trying to fit 2 passives onto 1 character and being able to swap between them is incredibly difficult in coding, especially when no other character has that kind of idea. The closest I have is characters that have 2 kits entirely that are different with similar elements. Where is it? This would be an example if I had a secondary kit to show. Oh, right there. Like, you have a tank kit, enchanter kit. They have similar... I like funny pan sounds. I just absolutely love that I put that there. But as you can see, like, the passive Cook's taste testing gains HP every ability that hits an enemy. And then you have Cook's expertise. Every time Cook Demon feeds someone, they get health and that max stats defense. Like, they're completely different play styles. And it... That is true. No, you are right. The roguelike would fit really well because Star and I were planning on interchangeable abilities for the characters. We just I haven't gone into the idea of it yet. But it is something I'm looking into to do for the roguelike. Because Risk of Rain 2 does it. Your interchangeable abilities. I don't want to copy abilities. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to copy their abilities in any way. Even though they... Tomorrow we're doing a Risk of Rain 2 stream because they just updated the game and fixed... Oh, they fixed 3 characters. Thank goodness. Seeker can now be played... All the 3 DLC characters they added last. Only one of them was troublesome. I'm getting a call. Give me a sec. It was Sour calling the wrong person. Oh, it's my brother calling the wrong person. We can move over to the roguelike, because I actually do. Like, these are... I should probably put these better, because... Why am I putting A, B, and C? They all need to be A. These aren't separated really well, and I know that. There's that. Yeah, this list didn't really convey the point of, well, maybe they can have different abilities. Which I really should have done in the first place. Oh. Oh. I'm gonna do that. I didn't realize that would happen. Do. I wonder it happened. I don't know why it... I don't know why it took all of that there. So, funny enough, this has less characters in it. This has 20 characters. The big thing with this one is we go into the items. Okay, 79, and then the equip item, 13. So that means there are 92 items planned. I was told to get it to 100, at least, and then I was told my maximum is 150. Keep in mind, I did this in like 2 weeks. I really need to not focus on things because when I focus on things, I get lost. There is a kit. I should probably make Monster Demons kits. What if I don't wanna? I don't wanna. I think one of my favorites actually is there is another character who has a very big difference in like kit swapping. Well, not kit swapping, but like two kits that they have. And there's that one. Those two aren't heavily different. That's definitely not it. That's not it, but it is decent. Oh, I forgot I did this. That's fair. I'm good at separating my thought processes. Yeah, here it is. You see this one, how little it is. And then you see this one, which is, I believe, the second biggest in the entirety of this list. I just realized this is actually not that big. I haven't finished Hades. It's a good game. I'm not a big fan of the lore, but the gameplay, great. The story of it for its lore, great. I'm a big mythology person, so I'm a stickler. I will admit that. Does not make it a bad game for lore. It's just me being a stickler, and I can happily admit that. That's probably not happening with me. I haven't beaten it once. I have fought Hades once, though. Once. And I didn't beat him. Hmm. I I sent this to someone earlier because I wanted them to have a good laugh. But genuinely, this is a good kit, surprisingly. surprisingly, this is actually a good kit. This needs to be added. That. I should do like that. Oh, Froggin. There's something wrong with me. That was my ankle. Probably go for another half an hour. What? Oh my gosh, there's some funny kits within those frogs that I enjoy way too much. Well, within those amphibians. I have yet to make a toad kit, and that will stay. Frog choir from Meet the Rob. Those ones I remember. The ones from Shrek I remember. The ones from Meet the Robinsons I do not. I also remember the frogs from I don't I don't remember the show's name, but there's the rat that goes and ends up in the sewer. What was his name? Remy? No, I could be right or could be wrong. It's been so long. I saw. I saw already. Nah, it's not Ratatouille. Rat's more humanoid. Do not remember. Like the plan of the frog was to uh release the valve and basically flood the sewers. Nah, it's not Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's like a it was just a cartoon movie. Can't even remember the name. Yeah, I'm trying to remember the name of it. Oh, yeah. You are correct. It is Flushed Away. I saw it, Petro. I saw it as you uploaded it because I have Discord open on my phone waiting for Star to answer me back. I'm not getting that answer anytime soon. Likely not. I was just saying I saw it. I wasn't saying you were doing anything wrong. Well, unless you are. Petro, are you doing something wrong? Hey, look who it is. It's Beeve. Absolute. Oh, there's a fallen paladin. Proper stuff there, right there. I forgot about James being in this video. This should just say health. You have to revise these a bit. Hmm. Just looking through everything. Oh yeah, I was going to talk about this. I'll do the math on it real quick. So I was talking about how if lightning does 200 damage and it's only 33% effective, the damage will be no. It'll be equal to 66. Anyone seeing why if I have an item equipped and it's doing 33%, it's not worth getting at that point? Which I think they later revised to go up to 66%. I can't remember. I could probably look it up. Actually, I know I could look it up. Because I know that character offhand. Oh, no, it was decreased by that amount. It was decreased by 33%. But all of her autos were also decreased by that damage, so she basically did nothing. And now it's 20%. It's basically the lightning with what it would have done is 144. Oh, stop that. Stop trying to auto-solve math. You're no good at it. It'd be 144%. But with the new system that they put in for the character, instead, we had it doing it's 20%. I'm going to absolutely destroy this. It may be a 26 difference, but that 26 matters when you're proccing it so often. And other people were doing better at it. Because the character just had less damage per its use. Yeah, item damage was reduced by 20%. And, like, her life steal's lowered by 33%. The damage she does to targets is 80% each hit. Like, there's so much stuff that they did to her autos that messed her up. On release, anyway. Really good after they reworked it a bit. I'm gonna be right back. I gotta go to the bathroom again. For a different reason. I'm returning. And I see that one of my messages didn't go through. I was just saying, one of my messages said, if anyone has ideas, feel free to share them. And it didn't go through. Gosh darn it. Alright, I kind of have an idea of what I want to do with that one. I feel like I'm just gonna end off in 12 minutes. So I don't have anything I can fully work on. It's kind of my issue right now, is I don't have anything I can reliably work on with my dev work. Like, once I figure out passive, oh, I'll have these down. Because I like to work around the passive a bit, I like to work around abilities a bit. If I know an ability, I can make a passive for it. That is not wrong. There will need to be an arena announcer. A frog in a top hat. It's probably just going to be the... There's a character that is specifically connected to, There's a character specifically connected to where the battles are going to be happening in it, so that's probably going to be the announcer. I won't spoil, because it deals with the roguelike, and I don't want to spoil that. It's not as fun if I spoil it. Though those ideas are... Putting them over here for now. I'm putting those over there for now. Because some people like the additional stuff like that. Though I don't feel like making people pay for them. I will admit that right now, I don't like the idea of that. I'm looking at a lot of MOBAs when I say that. It's better that way, Draco. I swear it's better. You have not experienced the toxicity that comes from that genre, then. You are blessed. I want to try to make one that's not like that. I have tried every laned MOBA, at least. That would be Smite 1. I'm not ever going to touch 2. That would be League of Legends, and I actually did try my hand at Dota 2. I'm no good at Dota 2. It's not about items or ability to build or anything like that. I just don't like trying to constantly configure a camera. And apparently Dota 2 players shun you if you try to fix your camera. Oh, toxicity will always exist. But there are ways to combat it, and MOBAs don't do well at it. Like, worse than usual, I mean. It's a Petro that's back. Well, that's where you just create a system where toxicity rewards you less of whatever gets you higher in there. And now those toxic players are playing with other toxic players until they learn their lesson. It's always fun. There are a lot of things you can do. Actually, no, I was busy with stuff. I had to go do stuff, so. Termination? I'm not terminated yet. Never. I haven't been canceled yet. There was one MOBA that could have actually solved toxicity. And I believe everyone would be surprised by who made that MOBA. I genuinely believe everyone would be surprised by who the creator of that MOBA is. Dawngate. It doesn't exist anymore. But it had a system that punished toxicity without banning. And actually rewarded you for being nice. And actually working with your team. And the surprising part is EA made it. EA, the ones who want to put ads into games, and well, almost the entire world made new laws to make sure that they couldn't do it. I am a bit dumbfounded. No, when did that shut down? I want to know now. Dawngate. Yep. It shut down in a month and a half. Oh, and the public. Okay. Well, it's because it wasn't meeting expectation for EA. And there was an attempt from a development team to acquire the rights to the game, but they couldn't get the rights because it was too expensive as it's EA. They're going to try to milk what they can get. That's the sad part about things is some people will milk everything they can get and just ruin fixing problems, if I'm honest. No, apparently not. Well, this is EA we're talking about. EA and Sony have a bad record for like shutting games down early before they can get off the ground in any way. Same with Hi-Rez Studios. They also have a bad rep on like they make an amazing product and then they fumble it in some way, or they do not do what's needed to make it actually popular because they get so close and have perfect timing on things, but they just fail and then do the very opposite of what they need to do. Ah, that explains it. Yeah, and EA's going down slowly, but it's not going bankrupt. It's not going under yet. EA and Ubisoft are the ones I'd expect to go under the first out of all game companies. Like AAA, anyway. Facts. Yeah, so interesting thing, Draco. Apparently, it was announced that they're making Wild Hearts for Switch 2. That surprised me when I heard that. Are they bringing it back? I wonder what's going on with that. Because I actually was interested in playing it. I just don't have the hardware to play it. So I'm gonna look into this. Yeah. It's being released for the Windows Switch, Nintendo Switch 2 as Wild Hearts S by Koei Tecmo. What's going on with the game now? Hmm. I mean, I'm wondering what's going on. Hmm. Give me 1 second. Wonder if I can find more information by doing. Oh, it's actually like $10 right now. Yeah, and the other one's 13. I might pick it up. Maybe, I don't know. You know what? No. Only because of EA, I'm not touching it. Only because EA. I don't want to give EA $1. I do wonder what's up with this window, the, like, S version. Like, what's... Because I thought they... This makes me want to look more into it. Hmm. Going down the list of, like, the news on it. It doesn't really say anything on it. That's the funny thing, Petro. It feels natural to me. It's very strange. But it definitely feels natural. I got a message and I instantly just said, no, I never touched this game. Alright, I'm gonna end off now. And I got this done, which is nice. Which is a big kit because I'm planning that one off of legitimately nothing, and then I'm creating what can feel like a world off the characters themselves. You're moving all the way to the town. I'm moving this all the way to the top before I end, because I know I'll forget about it if I don't. Right, change the size real. Which is that. Change everything to 18 real quick. Change this one to 20. There. When was that sent? That was sent 9 minutes ago. Wait. See you later, everyone. Have a good night. Have fun. Get lucky. And don't let your dreams be dreams. Follow them. Till next time. Have fun. Later!